That looks terrifying.
Just that GoPro video gave me anxiety.
Because those are the conditions we dread when we go skiing.
Right. Sometimes you can get those, but
Yes,
that's so funny. His last shot, Sam's last shot there showed kids walking up with their tubes. My son was there today, tubing.
Oh, see?
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't pick him out fast enough from that footage, but hopefully not going down the ice track. Also, anything cross is crazy usually. Like basically when you're head to head with people on a track, that's wild. So much fun to watch. All right.
To watch is the key part.
Yes, yes.
Watch other people do it.
No, I'm not doing that. 36 for high today in Portland, 40 in Sanford, 40 in Freiburg. Pretty nice day. We had a mixture of sun and clouds. When the sun was out, I think it felt pretty springy. When the clouds came over, it wasn't quite as nice. Here's our next system. Yeah, it doesn't look very good, right? We've got an area of energy down here, another area here. They're not really phased together, which we've discussed is why this was not going to be a big deal for us. Some minor changes, though, to the forecast here. Because those two pieces don't really merge together, we're looking at a less cohesive event than we were even yesterday. So a couple of snow showers around through the first half of this evening. Most of us wait until after midnight. Snow settles into the foothills and the mountains. But notice along the coast here, we're getting some snow through early tomorrow morning. I was just talking to Dana about this. I think this is a little too cold. I think likely that we'll have ineffectual snow along the coast in the early morning hours, and then we'll change over to rain there. So the rain snow line is likely farther northwest than what we're looking at here. It will be snowing in Lewiston and Augusta here through 9, 10 in the morning. And then eventually a second batch comes through. But in the meantime, temperatures warm up. And so we end with rain showers along the coastline, and then this thing gets out of here. So it doesn't look like a big deal. The amount of total moisture has actually gone down over the last 24 hours, which makes our forecast lower. And then by Saturday morning, it is chilly. So I went from 1 to 3 to 1 to 2. I don't think there'll be that many threes around, so it didn't really make sense to leave it there anymore. And then an inch is possible along the coastline or less, and then over to rain. And then because northern Maine's farther away, they might not even get an inch of snow, just being farther away from the precipitation. Cold over the weekend, bright though. I like Sunday the better of the 2 weekend days. We start to warm up into the 40s on Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday we're going to be probably in the 50s. However, it's not going to be as nice as it sounds, with winds coming out of the south and some rain. Those south winds could be in excess of 40 miles an hour. So we'll get it done temperature-wise, but maybe not quite the way you're picturing it. Overall, here it's pretty mild, into mid next week, and then we cool down for late in the week into the weekend. But this ridge here looks like it wants to be pretty persistent, which leads all the mid-range computer models and forecasters to believe the first part of March is not very cold, which would be on par. So tonight's going to be there's a nerd thing to watch here tonight, guys, which is like the over-under in Portland getting a half inch or more snow. It's probably even odds, but it will determine where we rank on least snowy February, because we're sitting at 0.5 right now. If we get another half inch, we'll get booted out of the top 3, which is
that's interesting.
Surprising.
Yeah.
But and I also feel like it would be not indicative. Like we should be one of the least snowy Februarys because of where we've been at. But next week, it's going to be mild, a little bit rainy. So those 50s and even a low 60. It's not maybe what you're
we're
picturing
expecting
in
nice
your head.
days.
Yeah.
Right.
Not the case. All right. Thanks, Keith.